Back here on Ask the Coach, Joe Myers and Jeff Garman discussing last night's 14-6 victory on the road at Greene County. We left off on the drive chart there right before Glasgow's final score of the night. It actually was set up by another blocked punt. Greene County was trying to punt late in the fourth quarter with about 2:18 to go in the game because they were backed up deep in their own end zone, fourth down and long. A bad snap, and the Scotties got back there and got a hand on it, and that gave Glasgow the football at the Greene County 10-yard line. It took 2 plays to get it in from the 10-yard line. Scoring on a 2-yard run was Kyle Nixon. The 2-point conversion this time was no good, but that did put Glasgow up 14-6 with 1:31 to go in the game. Greene County then got the football back, turned it over on downs. Scotties would drive down inside the Greene County 5-yard line and wound up fumbling the football very late with about 20 seconds to go in the game, and Greene County was not able to get anything going in that last 20 seconds. And I got to ask you, Jeff, again, I know we talked about it in the postgame, and I know you're probably tired of talking about it, but I'm sure there's some people out there wondering why you didn't go into the victory formation right there. You're on the 1-yard line with 30, 25 seconds to go in the game. You chose to try to run a play from the 1 to get in the end zone. Just explain what was going on there.
Well, I mean, in all reality, from when the play happened, we had already kind of mapped out there. We were going to call a timeout after that third down play. They had a timeout to call on second down. We had a timeout on third down, and we ended up, Kyle got all the way down to the 1-inch line, and I thought he got in on the play. The referee thought he was a little short, but anyway, we're down the 1-yard line, and I think there's 42 seconds to go in the game, if I'm not mistaken. But the deal was we had it set up, and Coach Barnes had called victory formation, and at that point we had struggled so much, and it's kind of been an Achilles all year of scoring inside the 5-yard line. And me as a coach, I was willing to take the chance of it was more of a confidence thing for our kids. I wanted to show the kids that I had faith in them, and we were going to punch it in from the 1. It's something that we've struggled with all year long, and we brought in our heavy package to do that, and I was just planning on running it up in there. Well, in that process, I think when we snapped the ball, from what I understand, our center, they hit the ball when we snapped the ball, which would be an infraction, but they didn't call it, and we ended up fumbling down there on the 3-yard line, and probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. If I had to do over again, I would probably just kneel on it. But that's I'm not perfect. If I had to play it over again, I would probably do it differently. But at that moment in time, I don't know. I just wanted to prove to our boys that we were going to be physical enough to get up in there and stick it in there, and it's something we have struggled with all year long. I go back to the Camelsville game. I go back to the Greenwood game. Go to this game right here in the first half. We have it on the 2-yard line, don't score. This has been a theme all year long, and I kind of wanted to put it at rest at that time. And, I've got confidence in our boys, and it had nothing to do with Greene County, and it had nothing to do with this game whatsoever. It was just a psyche for me and the kids that I wanted to put it at rest, and fortunately it didn't hurt us. We did fumble the ball, and we can't take it back, and it's one of those plays you live and you learn, and hopefully I learn as a coach that maybe that wasn't the time to try to prove a point to the boys that I had confidence in them. I probably should have just took the victory and been happy with it, but I wanted more, and I got a little greedy there, but it was for all good intents at the time, and it was something that I just didn't think that would happen, and sure enough, it did.
Yeah, when it happened, I didn't understand the decision, but after talking with you after the game, I absolutely see where you're coming from there, because it has been a problem for us all year long, so it's certainly understandable why you decided to do that. Okay, let's look at the final stats from last night's ball game. Glasgow winds up with 9 first downs. Greene County had 8. Scotty's with 178 yards rushing, 30 yards passing, and 208 total yards for the game. Greene County had 134 on the ground, 37 through the air, a total of 171. Scotty's had 4 turnovers. Greene had 1. Glasgow put the ball on the ground 6 times, losing 4 of those. Greene County put it on the ground 5 times, but got all 5 of those back. Their 1 turnover was an interception that was picked off by Evan Riddle. Glasgow penalized only 2 times for 15 yards, so did not hurt themselves there at all. Greene County had 7 penalties for 55 yards. Scotty's with 55 offensive plays, had the ball 17 minutes, 23 seconds. Greene County 70 plays, had the ball 30 minutes and 37 seconds. Individually, Greene County led in rushing. Austin Matney with 13 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Savon Brewer had 16 carries, 39 yards. Andrew Mosby, 14 carries for 31. Matney through the air, 4 of 11, 37 yards, 1 interception. Leading receiver was Corbin Surratt, who caught 1 pass for 14 yards. Matney punted 8 times for Greene County for an average of 22 and a long of 39. Glasgow's leading rusher, as we talked about, was Kyle Nixon, 21 carries, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns, a long carry of 26. Jasper Mundy added 6 carries for 55 yards, a long of 29. Austin through the air, Desi was 7 of 12 for 30 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Leading receiver was Karam Kimball, had 1 catch for 11 yards. Kyle Nixon added 3 catches for 8 yards. Griffin Murphy had 1 for 8. Ben Hughes had 1 for 3. And Silverio Greer caught 1 pass for no yards. Jasper Mundy punted 3 times for an average of 38, a long of 42. And then Karam Kimball had to punt 1 time while Jasper was injured, and that punt went 22 yards. Defensively for the Scotties, as we look at those defensive numbers, they are led in tackles last night. 3 guys actually with 7 tackles on the night. That's Jasper Mundy, Henry Harris, and Karam Kimball. Stephen Franklin winds up with 6 tackles. You had Eric Bradshaw with 4. Griffin Murphy had 1. Drake Poland with 3. Evan Riddle had 4 tackles plus that interception. Silverio Greer had 4 tackles. Jackson Adams had 1 stop. Josiah Moore with 2. Draven Pope had 7 tackles. So I apologize, I missed Draven. There were actually 4 guys with 7 tackles on the night. Draven, the 4th player who had 7 tackles. Draven also had a sack on the night, and he had one of those blocked punts, we think, as well. We think Draven's the one who got in there and blocked one of those punts. But that's the way the numbers look from the victory last night for the Scotties, 14-6 over Greene County. Now you get a bye week, Jeff, and then you'll host Monroe County. You'll play at Hank Roy Stadium for the first time in like 8 weeks, I believe it is, by the time we get back here in a couple of weeks. So it's certainly going to be nice to be back here at home. But what do you guys? How are you going to treat the bye week? What are you guys going to work on? Kids going to get some days off? How are you going to handle that?
We'll take 4 days off, and they'll get Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. We'll come back in and work out on Wednesday and Thursday, and probably do a lift and a run on Friday. But I want the kids to take some time off and enjoy themselves and spend some time with their family and friends and kind of do some things they want to do. Wednesday we'll come back in and kind of work on some stuff that we need to work on. And then, later on in the week, the first of next week, we'll kind of start getting geared up towards Monroe County. But it'll be a big ball game next week, no doubt about it. Monroe County's bringing 22 seniors in here, and it'll be a uphill battle for us the whole night. They've got a really good squad, and I've been able to watch a few tapes on them already from the teams that we played prior, and they running a wing T style offense that they've got senior leadership players in a lot of key areas, and they're well coached, and we'll have to play well, but I think our boys will, and it'll be a good week. It's a whole good week when we get back after fall break. We got a JV game at home on Monday night. We play on Friday night. I think there's a middle school playoff game over here on Saturday night. So a lot of good football next week. And I still haven't seen us put that game together yet where we're clicking both on offense and defense at the same time. And who knows, it may happen Friday night. And if it does, we'll be a tough out for somebody. We just got to pick up our play, take care of the things that we do well, and get better at them. And that ball bounces funny a lot of different ways, and I do feel like Monroe County's favored in the ball game on paper. But I go back to this thing about this district championship, and it means a lot to our boys. We've won this district, under Coach Wood the last 5 or 6 years, and we take a lot of pride in it. I expect our boys to come ready to play next week against Monroe and play with a lot of passion, and we hope a lot of fans come out and support these boys. I'm tickled to death with how we've played this year. For as young as we are, starting 8 sophomores, 8 or 9 juniors, 1 senior, we've played pretty doggone well. We've been in every ball game with opportunities to win. Our record doesn't show, I don't think, as good as we've played, and I think we've just been getting better all year long, so that's a good sign. So we hope everybody has a safe fall break and take a week off and recharge your batteries and come back next week. And we hope Hank Roy Stadium's packed and ready to go for a good Monroe County team coming in here on Friday night.
Congrats being 1-0 in the district, Jeff, and good luck against Monroe County on October 16th.
Thank you, Joe.
That's Scotty head coach Jeff Garman, and again, the next game against Monroe County at Hank Roy Stadium, October the 16th, after a week off this coming Friday. When we come back, Brad Atwell sits down with Barron County head coach Jeff Griffiths as they'll discuss their game with Greenwood last night. We're back after this on WCOD Sports.